Hello, this is Chris Jewell, and I am with Brooke Brody. This is our first video, so it's going to be a fun one. It's going to start out with our top 5 versus AI, something I want to do in all my videos. And today we're going to do our favorite desserts. So, top 5. Give me your number 5.
Number 5. Oh, we have to start that way?
Oh, got to go from the bottom.
Oh, ooch.
Reverse order.
Dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate. So just any kind of dark chocolate?
Oh, it's got to be a good kind. You know, you got to have some like hazelnuts or almonds or
yeah.
toffee. Toffee, yeah.
Nice. Well, I'm going to go and I have it written down so I don't lose it, but just plain ice cream. And if you want to say a flavor, sure, there's plenty of flavors, but I'm a vanilla guy. I like a good vanilla ice cream.
If you know Chris, that's not shocking.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Number 4.
I wrote mine down too, but cheesecake, which that could move to the top sometimes too.
Ooh, cheesecake. Love cheesecake.
My kids are like obsessed with cheesecake, so I don't get it very often, which is a good thing.
Yep. My number 4, and I'm not big on chocolates, but my number 4 is a brownie sundae. And yes, a good chocolate brownie sundae with some ice cream on top.
Vanilla. You have to have vanilla.
A la mode. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, on to 3.
All right, number 3, I wrote mine down too. Oh, cookies. A good soft cookie, back to the basics, because if you can do the basics right, you can do anything right. So, chocolate chip, I don't know if I haven't had it forever, but Panera used to have a really good chocolate chip cookie. Or, your Nestle Toll House, if you make them at home, like my mom did.
Just the packages.
No, you gotta make them
I
yourself.
love the packaged ones.
I know, it is, but it is, you put a little bit more love into it, if you actually make it.
My loving's the eating part of it.
Yep.
My number 3 is cheating, I think, a little bit. Not quite sure if this is a dessert or not, but popcorn. It's not a meal, and
it's a snack, but my Dave loves popcorn, so he would absolutely agree with you.
So I'm on popcorn. When we get done having dinner a little later in the evening, that could be my dessert snack.
Well, and kettle corn is for sure, I think. And then you can have caramel. Oh my gosh, Chicago style with the cheddar cheese. Ooh, and caramel. That's a dessert for sure.
Well, top 2. What's number 2?
I thought there was 2. No, there wasn't 2. Oh, no. Oh. Turtles. So caramel, chocolate, and the pecans or cashews or any caramel. Yeah, turtles.
Yeah, I do like turtles. Now, again, not a big chocolate person, but
if you put chocolate and caramel together, I can,
caramel.
anything. Yeah, it is that, for sure.
My number 2, I'm big on texture when it comes to desserts. And sometimes, especially my number 1 and number 2, the texture has to be right. But just a good creme brulee. I don't get it very often. It tends to be a nicer restaurant where I tend to get it, and they're always good.
It has to have the crack. If it doesn't, I don't really like sending things back at restaurants, but that's one of the things. You don't get to have that satisfaction of cracking that top.
That sugar up.
I'm so disappointed.
And she is talking the sugar on the top.
No, for sure.
Number 1. Number 1.
Right. I love ice cream. If you especially if I'm dieting, if someone has ice cream, I'm and then ice cream sandwiches and anything with turtle. So if you're gonna ask me my favorite, I'm gonna go with Handel's. If you've ever been to a Handel's ice cream shop, they have a turtle ice cream. Normally I'm more of the vanilla, but they have a chocolate turtle that is so good.
Yeah, that's kind of fun because your number 1 was my number 5, but my number 1, cheesecake.
There we go.
Has always been cheesecake, but again, it can't be a cake hard cheesecake. Your fork has to kind of go through it nice and gently. I love it with the strawberry and the raspberry, even chocolate, but my favorite's plain cheesecake. And again, vanilla ice cream.
But if you can do the basics right, then and I am more of a vanilla than a chocolate girl normally.
Yep.
So.
And apologize pulling this up because, again, this is our choices based on AI. So what does AI think? So for this, I'm going to put in the top desserts in the United States by popularity. And some of this might get edited out.
This long pause
It takes a long time to
Well, you
type
should
top
have had it
desserts
typed
in the
in.
United
You
States.
should have
I didn't want
already
people
done-
thinking I cheated and just pulled it out and said,
because that's what you think when you meet Chris Jewell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're concerned about.
all right, starting at number 5. That's wow. I said top 5, and it's listing out a whole bunch. It's all the way down to 12. But number 5, they have is ice cream. So
Same
we
as
both
Chris.
had that.
Yeah.
Number 4, brownie. See, it looks like I cheated.
You did. You cheated. You cheated.
Number 3, chocolate chip cookies.
There we go.
Number 2, neither one of us had this one. Apple pie. Kind of American. But there's so many different kinds of apple pie. What kind of apple was put in it? Does it have cinnamon? Does it not have cinnamon? But as long as it has ice cream on top, I'm down.
It's okay. So I have a really quick story. My grandpa, so my Meemaw was always the one that cooked, always. And I grew up cooking at the end of her island, and you showed your love by cooking, and I definitely still do that. But when my grandma passed, my grandpa had macular degeneration, and that's when you can only see out of the sides of your eyes. You can't see straight on. So nothing was more terrifying that he was still chainsawing and taking down trees, and you walk up with him to have a full chainsaw going on, and he's looking at you and cutting wood like 2 centimeters from his foot. Or you walk in the house and he's like, hey, and he's cutting steak with a knife this big. But anyhow, he was cooking, and he was trying to make her apple pie recipe, and he couldn't read very well, and because of he could read, but he couldn't see very well. So instead of 8, something ridiculous, like 8 teaspoons of butter, he did 8 tablespoons of butter. And so we get it, and instead, like, there was normally like a crust, he made it like a crumble, like a butter crumble. And it's amazing. And so to this day, we still use Grandpa's version of it. And I mean, it's terrible for you. You're like, can't eat it if you're going to, even close to diabetic. And, but it just melts it down in this crumble, and it was amazing. But it was like one of his mistakes that we thought was really, really cute. And his chili recipe changed too, but that's the apple pie that I like. But you have to peel the apples, and so we do like 20 at a time, and there's 8 of us that do it because it is such a time-consuming task.
Wow, that's a lot of butter.
It is a lot of butter, but it is so good. It is. Sometimes those mistakes make amazing, amazing recipes, and life. Sometimes the mistakes in life, can make things that you didn't even know were possible.
Yeah. Number 1, cheesecake.
Oh, really?
I honestly didn't know that would be number 1.
I didn't think that.
Because I know a lot of people that don't like
cheated.
cheesecake.
He looked cheap.
But anyway, another story, just because kind of based off of yours, which my grandma made pecan pie. And that didn't make my list, but she never made it right. It was always runny.
Ew.
And it is literally Tatiana's favorite dessert. She loved my grandma, rest her soul, pecan pie.
I'll make
But
Tatiana
it
a
came
runny pie.
out runny
I'll make her a
every
runny
time.
one.
My grandma, it's literally, she's bringing it out and setting it on the table, almost crying because of how runny it is, not realizing we're not lying when we say how good it is. So flavor was awesome.
So what you grow up. So like
Yeah.
green beans, for example. My Meemaw, we would pick them. She would had a garden. We would have to snap them, and you have to snap them on the sides first and then the middle. She was like, and if they're too long, you had to make 3 pieces, and she would send them back to you. And then she put them, these beautiful, crisp, fresh green beans, she put them in a pressure cooker and like with bacon and onion, until they, like, you didn't even have to chew. Like, it was just mush, And it's so funny, like, now, that's considered terrible, but I love me some mushy green beans because it reminds me of my Meemaw, and that's how I grew up.
Yeah.
And that's like your lasagna. I think lasagna is a big one with like family. It's like my mom makes a non-traditional lasagna, and I'm telling you, the only one I've had better is in Italy. And it's what you grow up with, what your comfort foods are, like that you take you back. And I love that. I love like cooking like that. I like the smells. Have you ever gone into a room and like a smell takes you back to somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
I heard something the other day, like someone was like, oh, well, he's like, me and my brother are going to have like a stinky sock smell, you know, reminds of them their like childhood bedroom. And it's like, oh, that's disgusting.
That's,
and like,
yeah.
I prefer the like, you know, warm scent of apple pie. That would probably take me back to like my Mima's house too.
Not sweaty socks?
Not sweaty socks.
No.
I avoid that. I avoid those.
I can kind of feel that though, just from being a boy and growing up with two brothers.
You
So,
probably like you
sweaty
know what that
socks.
smell is.
I know
He knows
sweaty
what that
socks.
smells. Luckily,
Yeah.
that doesn't come to mind for me.
So anyway, that was fun. Got to know us a little bit, just on more of a personal level. But here to talk about Epique and the Domi agency. So, Domi agency, can you just tell me a little bit about that and kind of how that all got started?
Yeah, absolutely. So Domi means home in Latin, like domicile, and it's Domi, like do re mi. So and we started in 2021, and I kept looking at these team models and seeing that it's really one-sided, and a traditional team creates for a short-term relationship. It is not a long-term relationship, because the traditional team, you come out, you give them leads. It's usually newer agents that don't have that, you know, backup business, but then you're moderating them and you're kind of micromanaging them, and I don't like micromanaging, and I don't want to be micromanaged, so I'm not going to micromanage you. So I created a different kind of team, because I think we are stronger together than we are separately. Like, no one of us is, you know, we can't do it all. We cannot do it all. And so together we're stronger. So I created something that can last long term. And so in 2021, we created the Domi agency. And I really think that we've created like a home for agents. Like, how many times on the phone that I get off the phone and I will like, love you. And it's, you know, my husband's like, oh, who's that? And I was like, one of my agents. And it's, you know, at first I was like, oh, you know, it's awkward, but it's true. It's like family. Like, you know, I do really, really, truly care. And you create these relationships, and we do care about each other, and we are here to help each other. And I only create and allow people under the team that believe there's room for success for everyone, and they want to build people up. So whether they can in that moment, or they have the opportunity, if they're going to walk by somebody, they're going to help pick them up, and they're going to help them. And I want good people in my life, because I am greatly influenced by the energy around me, and I pick up on that, and I live off of that. And so if somebody comes in and has a negative energy, that saps me. And so what I can do is, I can't control them or how they act or how they think, but I can control the people in my room. And so I'm very cognizant of that.
Yeah, and I've known Brooke now, it hasn't been that long, but 3 to 4 years. And I've been on the team just for 3 months. But learning Brooke and knowing Brooke over the years, coming here and joining this team has been on the back of my mind for quite a while. But I've met a few of the other agents, and like she said, they all seem like good people and just family. I was still hesitant to come, because you never know once you get here, is it really like what they're saying? And I gotta say, I'm 3 months in, so still got some growing to do here with the company, but it's been an awesome change for me, and it is family. And I come in here and I feel like she's part of family. And the other agents that come in that I've got to learn and meet, and it is that environment that you're creating, which is absolutely awesome.
Well, thank you. And I can't do it alone. So thank you for helping me create that and continue that. And that's what we're going to do, is we're going to continue building with that culture of helping it out if we can. And being better together.
Yeah, how many agents do you currently have?
We have 90.
90?
Yeah, we're in 6 different states right now. And our goal is 200 by the end of 2026. Because again, we're not brand new agents. We are experienced agents, and you can do a cloud brokerage on your own, but it is so nice to not have to. And it's so nice not to have to be your own expert in every single area, in your CRM, in your open houses, in your sphere. And it's so nice to have. Like, we were at a luncheon yesterday, and one of the team agents had done an open house for the other one, and they were like, can I just thank you so much for doing that open house, and you showed me I need to up my game. And this other agent is like a $12-14 million agent. In Indiana, that's hard. Our average sales price is $235,000. So you're talking 30 plus transactions every single year. So a very successful agent, and they're learning from each other, and we all learn from each other. And so they're like, you did an open house like I've never seen before. Like, wow, thank you so much. Like, I'm so blessed. that's part of the team, is that, 2 years ago we didn't need open houses because the house sold before it even, an hour before after it hit the MLS. But now we do. Listings are sitting longer. 48% of homes in the United States in July alone had a price reduction. So we're in a weird market, right? And so we need to do open houses. And if you do an open house right, you guys will hear me, I do this all the time. Like, you can literally, like, Nicole Cammers, for example, she last year had 33% of her business off open houses. Like, if you do it right, if you're door knocking, if you're inviting the neighbors, if you do the VIP hour. So anyhow, but then again, we have dialed in with the Domis on Tuesdays at 11, and we talk about these things in depth. So we had an open house kind of boot camp, a little bit, and we have agents share, again, because there's room for success for everybody, and you're not going to be successful in real estate unless you do the activities.
Right.
And as markets evolve, if you aren't trying something new, you're going to die. You're going to be a dinosaur, right? Like, you're not going to be successful, and you have to continuously be improving, continuously figuring out. I mean, there's so much more with social media, right? I never thought anybody would want to listen to me, but Chris says they do, so that's why we make videos.
We're about to find out.
All right, don't prove him wrong, because he's making me do these. So
yeah. So just a quick clarification. So Domi is your team.
Yes.
But outside of that, we're with Epique.
Right. We are Domi Agency, which is the team, but we are powered by Epique Realty. So
and
that's
the
our
90
broker.
Is with your team.
With Domi, correct.
Right. And how many agents now, roughly, with Epique Agency?
So with Epique Realty, they aren't, one of their things that they're really cognizant about is they're never going to be that brokerage that comes out and says, this is how many agents we are, this is how many agents we are. And because then that becomes your identity. And to them, it's not as important how many agents they have, but the agents they have can use the 92 plus benefits that we have there. So they don't tell us, they don't give us a monthly thing. We had our shareholders summit, and we were around 4,000 a few months ago. I'm pretty sure we're over 5,000, but nobody really knows that, especially because we're private right now. One of the benefits I'm super excited about is the stock. Holy cow. It is, first of all, Epique is 100% family owned. It is 50% owned by Janice Delsit. It's the only brokerage majority owned by a female, and cloud brokerage, national cloud brokerage. And they're planning on going public in the fall or summer of next year. So the stock is 100% agent owned. There's 6 different ways to obtain free stock, but you're only able to buy it if you're an Epique agent, and you're only able to buy it with your closings. So the majority shareholders are going to be the producers. And it's currently valued at 53 cents a share. And if you buy it using your commissions, you get a 20% discount. So I am buying stock at 42 cents today.
And the stock is an awesome perk for coming in, especially the sooner you come in, the better, because you're going to be getting it at that price. Once they go public, of course, hopefully the price is going to go up, because we fully expect it to be 20 plus. But again, not a financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor.
It's going to be going public not as just a real estate company, because that definitely has a cap. It's going to be as an AI tech company.
Epique X.
Epique X. And as the stock that we're getting today as Epique agents is at the parent company, Epique X. And they are creating multiple different divisions. One of them is a labs division, which I adore and I love, because you never know what's going to come out of labs. So for example, Amazon, we all know Amazon, right? When they were a bookstore, they had a labs division, and they created Amazon Alexa, which is, I don't know the percentage of their money, but I can't imagine that it's not a good chunk of it, right?
I have 7 of them at my house.
I don't even want to count. My children don't even start me. And so we don't even know what are going to be part of our company. And Josh Miller and Jesse, they create a lot of this technology that we have, and we already have things. We'll have 3 or 4 things that we can license and sell by the time that we go public, and they've been offered already to buy these things, like our unlimited AI headshots, which are so fun, which I need to do some more. I did it right away, and then just because when I'm having fun, like I just turn off the button. I'll go for like 4 or 5 hours, and then my children are like, "Hey, mom," but. You can go all the way to like a business suit, all the way down to casual, into a sundress, and you're on vacation. But that's a technology that they were offered to buy by another large real estate company, and they said no. And the reason they said no is because if they did it at that time, like Josh or the company would be the only ones that made money off of that technology. If they wait to license and sell it when we go public, then everybody makes money. The early adopters. And you don't hear that in today's age. You don't hear people sacrificing their own profit for other people. And that is truly why I joined Epique. I sat across from Josh and I said, I need to know that the things that you're telling me that are coming out of your mouth right now, is it still filming?
Yep.
I need to know that the things that are coming out of your mouth are true. That you're not giving me lip service, because I feel like I'm currently getting lip service where me and my team are at. I'm told that it is about agents and my team is important. And when I try to address something, that is not the feeling I get, and that infuriates me. Because don't tell me something if you don't mean it. Just don't say it. There's no reason. I'm not making you say it. Don't say it. And he was like, Brooke, if anything, Josh is so real, and I adore that. He'll be up on stage and like, I swear, like he needs a lawyer following around, be like, you shouldn't say that. We're going to strike that from the thing. And I love that they share things that they're working on in the future, which that's not normal. Normally it's done and it's hidden and, and we can tell. And it's like, but they're always trying to get better, and they're doing things and putting the agents above that, because there's a very good chance that buyer that wanted to buy that at that time will for sure have bought something else, because it was like in February by the time that we go IPO. But that doesn't mean they still did it. They put the agents and the company front of themselves, and they've continued to do that, and they will continue to do that.
Yep.
I believe that. We currently have 92 plus benefits. Their goal is at least 120. And when I started, we had 40, and I thought that was crazy. And it just keeps going and growing, and it keeps getting better, and I just couldn't be happier. Talking to some of my agents yesterday, and they're like, we haven't even been here a year, almost.
Yeah. And see, this is why I told Brooke she needs to do more of these videos, because she can talk.
I can talk so much, you don't even know.
So anyway, today's video was really an introduction, kind of get to know a little bit about Brooke, a little bit about Domi, and a little bit about Epique. Future videos, we want to dive into those 92 benefits. Chances are we're not going to talk about all 92, but we'll dive into some of those and really just kind of feed off each other in the videos and see where it goes.
Well, thank you, sir. I'm really excited to have you here by my side. And we've talked about getting this going for 8 months, which for me, that's a long time to not have something going. So I'm excited that it's finally in action.
Yep. Thank you.